Welcome back. How do I fit guitar practice in as a busy solo mum with a hectic schedule? Sometimes I don't, but I'd like to share with you some tips on how I do it. Tell you what, it is harder than you think, but it doesn't always have to be. A lot of it comes down to chunks of time, small little chunks of time, finding little breaks. It's easier said than done, but it does take a bit of practice, but it's absolutely doable. Having said that, you're coming with me, because even sometimes as a solo mum, even making the time for like 5 minutes to make a short little YouTube video can be challenging. So come with me. You're gonna help me do some laundry. It's so fun, but so practical with what mums have to deal with, and solo dads. Oh, I need my washing basket, don't I? And this is half the battle, because you know there's things that you'd like to do, but you also know you have a truckload of responsibilities to get done as well. So it's all about balance, I think. And again, easier said than done. It is the weekend, we have school coming up, so we need school uniforms, I need work uniforms for the week. If you don't know me, hello, welcome to my laundry. I have a very hectic lifestyle. Not by intention, but that's just how things have panned out for me. I am a dental hygienist, and I work 133 kilometers away from my home. So again, that's just wasn't the intention, but it's just how things have worked out. So I go to my dental practice 3 days a week. When I'm back in my hometown, I also teach kids learn to swim. I'm an Australian teacher. I do that a couple of days a week, and I also teach yoga. So I do that. I have a in-person class in my local community, and I have a online class that I teach on Zoom. So I have a lot going on. I'm also taking singing lessons, yay, and I'm learning to play the guitar. I started this guitar journey properly last year, 2025, but it's something that I had always wanted to do, even as a kid when I was back in high school. Oh look, my t-shirt is my Alive Hands. So yeah, I grew up listening to Pearl Jam, grew up listening to Metallica, Powderfinger, Silverchair, love 90s, metal, grunge, punk, alternative music. So that's where my musical heart lies. Oh no, I need another, look at this. I'm like trying to talk to you, trying to get the washing done, and I'm like, oh, I need another clothes basket. So we have to go backstairs and get that. And this is basically what happens, you know, when you're in your 40s and you're trying to do stuff for yourself. There's so many other things that pop up. So that's why you're helping me with the laundry. Anywho, basically, finally, in my 40s, getting around to chasing my teen dream of learning to play the guitar. I'm not going to say I've given up on being a rock star, but maybe I probably won't be playing, you know, Sydney Olympic Park at this stage of life, and I'm okay with that. I'm just happy to be able to get to a point where I could maybe busk confidently, and maybe do some pub gigs. Like, that'll be super fun. But anyway, that is the end goal, or a goal. I do have a bigger goal, but I'm not sure that I'm quite ready to share that at this stage. That brings us back to one of the points of this vlog, is to share some ideas with you about how you can fit in mid-40s, being a solo parent, getting the housework done, getting your work done, like the actual thing that's going to pay you some money. You've got to fit all this in, and then you want to find time for yourself just to work on some of your hobbies, like playing an instrument. It doesn't have to be an instrument. You might be doing pottery. I don't know, you might be taking up golf. I don't know. but you still need to find time for yourself and work on your own pursuits. I'm just getting the washing out of the dryer. Chunks of time are your friend. One thing I have started doing recently is taking my guitar to work with me, like the job. I started taking it with me to my dental practice, and I am practicing in my lunch break. I get an hour for lunch if I run on time, as long as I'm not running too late for my patients. I should get an hour for lunch. What was that thought? Okay, washing's in the dryer. Yeah, so I get about an hour for lunch. Take out 5-10 minutes. Hi, Alex.
Guess what I got you?
What'd you get me?
Chocolate.
Love you.
One of the big bars.
Ooh, Alex just brought me home a big bar of chocolate. He's now my favourite son.
Pardon?
I'm just doing a vlog.
I know your favourite what?
Son.
Okay. Am I beating Oslo yet?
You're just feeding the dog.
Oh, finally.
Finally.
It takes so long to get past one single dog.
Oslo. What was I saying? Chunks of time at work. So yeah, that's the biggest thing I've started doing. Doing little bits of practice at work on my lunch break. So yeah, hour for lunch, 10 minutes to eat and have a drink, have a coffee. And that kind of sometimes gives me maybe 20 minutes to do a bit of playing at work. Look, Alex got me. And I tell you, one of the other benefits of doing that at work is it does sort of get you to build a little bit of confidence to play in front of other people. Like if I started playing any sort of music in front of family or friends when I was a teenager, I used to get so embarrassed. So having a little safe audience is not a bad thing, because at the end of the day, that's the goal. The other time that I find most helpful for me is just before bedtime. I finish cleaning the house, made lunches for the next day. Kitchen's relatively clean. Kids should be in bed, and the house is fairly quiet. Captain's still asleep. Because it's not like I'm trying to do anything important. This is one of the hard things about practicing, finding the time to practice. Someone's always distracting you. And clueless of it. So they should be in bed, and then I usually give myself again like another 10-15 minutes of just quiet little strumming. Sometimes I'm on the phone to, oh my god, every time I go to say something, evenings, quick, 10-15 minutes before you go to bed. Oh my god, I finally got that sentence out. The next little trick I use for practicing and time management, finding the time, is I'm lucky enough to have like a half day on a Monday when someone's at school, but I often also have to fill in that half day with groceries and boring stuff and housework and things. I think at my/our stage of life, you've got to be comfortable and accept that if you can get 15 minutes a day, that's winning. 15 minutes a day to practice is all you really need. Would I like to have longer? Absolutely. But the reality is, when your parenting by yourself and working virtually full time, plus running a household, it doesn't always work. And I think we need to give ourselves grace and just accept that. And there are some days where I actually don't pick up the guitar at all, and I do feel bad, I feel guilty, but I'm also learning that that's okay and to let that go. I practice a lot more now than I would have when I did do some guitar lessons way back in high school. When I was in high school, I just thought I could just go to the lesson and I would be able to play, but no, you actually do have to practice. But it's taken me, you know, all these years of life experience to understand that nothing comes without a bit of effort, and practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes improvement. Yeah. So I know that they are really only just a couple of tips, but that just seems to be what's working for me at the moment. If you have other suggestions, please feel free to leave a comment below. Yeah, if you found this interesting or helpful, please give me a like, hit subscribe, and yeah, I would really love for you to follow along. I am also really trying to build a little bit more of a YouTube presence and following here, not just me strumming and playing, but talking about practical tips for like-minded people like me, possibly in a similar stage of life. So yeah, I would love for you to follow along and join me. I have more things to come. I have achieved a few things in life thus far, and I am happy to talk and chat about lots of things, not just playing guitar. Yeah, so if you'd like to get to know me, I'm happy to get to know you too. Otherwise, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, all the things. Thanks for watching.